Hello, hello, hello to all of you in the multiverse. So, today's podcast, part of the talk show, is with a recent addition to Dinsmore Films Entertainment, but also he's fairly new at doing this in general. J.T. Parker, ladies and gentlemen. So, hey man, how's it going?
I'm good. Everything's going good. Kind of boring.
Well, it's nice to get you on because basically a lot of the people I have on are either actors or musicians, which are of course frontline, but not many people pay attention to us writers or producers, so it's a bit annoying. Directors seem to get the same amount as, the actors, but it's like nobody cares about producers or writers, and I want that changed. So I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, JT is calling all the way from Texas. What time is it for you over there?
It's right at noon right now.
Oh, it's lunchtime. That's not bad. It's almost 7 p.m. over here. But yeah, so luckily I've got a time where we were both able to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'd hate to have one of us do it at midnight and just be like, don't want to be here. So let's go back to the start, right? Before I got in contact with you. So, how long have you been wanting to be a writer / producer, that sort of thing? When did your passion for creating stuff happen?
Probably about 3 years ago, when I just got bored. I started writing some Batman movie. I saw this YouTube video of some guy complaining about that we've never had a good Batman movie.
Right.
Because we've never like a decent one with Robin in it. And I was like, that's not true. We've had good movies and stuff. So basically I commented and I ended up writing an entire movie in a YouTube comment section.
Sure,
or like the basis of, the basis of like a 25-minute film or something, So then I just took that and I made it longer over time. That was about 4 years ago. I made it longer and stuff. So I actually have the Batman movie. It's finished. It's about
Man, I've got to see this at some point.
yeah, it's for long now, but I doubt I'll ever do anything with it. But I did make a Batman movie.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so 3 years ago, and basically, how long have I known you for? Just under 6 months? Oh, about a year. Has it been that much? Oh.
I think in May it'll be a year. I think
it'll be a year. Jesus Christ, it's gone by so fast.
It has.
May. I thought that was like the other day. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I'm getting old. Anyway, so we've known each other for just under a year then. Let's say, so I was on YouTube, the tube of you, and basically I stumbled across a video, right? And basically I was going through all of these different things on YouTube because I procrastinate to fuck. So I came across this video, and remind me what one it was, because I think I commented on it, didn't I?
Yeah, it was a trailer of for Captain Cold. it was just like moments from the scenes that and I'm blanking on the actor, Wentworth Miller.
Yeah.
He did in like Legends and Flash and stuff that I edited together to kind of fit into a trailer.
Oh, yes.
I was working on like what I was doing with Captain Cold between the scenes and stuff, and you saw that and commented that I needed any help.
Yeah, because at the time, I didn't have that many projects in the pipeline. I think at the time I had just finished working on developing Saltire, and I was getting ready to put that into production. But then I wasn't really working on anything at that time. So I, of course, always look out for potential projects to work on. So I commented away and was like, yo, if you need help, well, I'm here. And then September came. And I was picked up to be a consulting producer on a show called Doctor Who Unbound. And so I had that, and I had Saltire. And then by October, I was showrunner of Doctor Who Unbound, and showrunner of Saltire, and a consulting producer on your Captain Cold project, and sort of script editor. But then I also picked up another project, which was a film that me and my mates were going to start making. And then I picked up 3 short films. And then I picked up another 2 series that I was going to exec produce. One of them I was exec producing, and one of them I was showrunner as well. So I picked up a lot of stuff. So as soon as I got your work, and I was desperate for jobs. And then, oh fuck, here it comes. The bus hits me, and I've got all these projects under the sun. So there's me ripping my hair out. But, luckily enough for me, Captain Cold hasn't really been into production yet. It's still in the development phase. Very much so. So let's talk a bit about that. Because of course, you're the showrunner and creator. So who do we have working on the producers/writers room? How many people are we got in that?
I have two other writers, and I'm talking to a third guy, trying to convince him to help out a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to work out. So you're helping a lot with writing, so it's me and you plus 2 other people.
Sure.
And Jaden's helping too a little bit. My nephew, he's helping out. And it's always helpful too.
Does Jaden write then? Does he write?
Yeah, he's made some horror stories and stuff before. He hasn't released anything like that or whatever, but
you shouldn't have told me that. I'm so gonna bully him into writing for Saltire or some shit next year.
He wants to write more.
Well, it's always a good opportunity. So, yeah, you know what? I'll make a note of that. Because I've got a script for a show. So basically, season 3 is the last season of Saltire, and then we're moving on to a show called Legion of Heroes, following some of the team members of Saltire, but my character will not be around. For reasons. So, Lumos, his character Lumos, will probably be main cast in that. And I've got an episode which I've got to find a guest writer to co-write with myself. So I might ask him later down the line.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Anyways, this is about you. So, we So we are working on the Captain Cold thing. So what made you want to do that project?
Well, when I started working on it, I had just started the show Prison Break that Wentworth and Dominic did together. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I will stop you right there. don't you find it weird how Dominic Purcell is listed before him, but Wentworth Miller is like the main character? Like, yo.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
like,
agree.
hang on a minute, just because he's a bit more prestigious. Like, come on. Anyway, carry on.
I really like that show. I mean, most of the seasons of it were good. There were some bad seasons.
Like with every show, I will add.
They escaped from a prison one too many times. So,
mate, it's in the fucking name. It's all it is.
Yeah.
It's all it is.
I think it should have been like one season, and then like the fifth season should have been the second season, and then it's done.
Yeah, I get that.
You can cut out the middle of the show, honestly. But I really liked that show, and I really liked the characters, Captain Cold and Heatwave. I thought they were great, and they weren't really used very much, in my opinion.
Flash. Not in the Flash. I think the Flash, Wentworth only appeared in like 5 episodes, I think.
I don't know.
He only he special guest starred in about 5 episodes. And he didn't really do much on Legends either, where Dominic Purcell is still a regular, and this year's his final season as a regular. But Wentworth Miller did 1 season of 16 episodes, not even 23 like The Flash or Arrow. He did 16 episodes. And then he special guested for like 3 in season 2. And that was about it. And it's like, hang on a minute, what the hell? And now he said he's given up on the role. Unless he's persuaded otherwise. But he's also a writer. He wrote 2 films. It's crazy. It's crazy. He's very talented. Haven't seen him in anything, and he doesn't really use socials that much either. So I'm just thinking he's probably writing something. He's hiding from the limelight. Anyway, so that brings us to Saltire, because I, of course, was consulting on the Captain Cold project and editing your scripts. But I thought if you wanted to make a go at this, so to speak, to bring this into a future career maybe, then I should teach you how to do stuff. So I sort of, like I've done with way too many people in this industry, took you away, forced you to work on my show, but for free, and no, it's all good. It's all good. So you're a writer and producer on Saltire. Started off as a co-producer at the end of last season, but now you are a producer and occasional writer. So we have just finished post-production of your episode that you wrote. Episode 6, called Persuasion. And I'm not going to lie, it's actually a banging episode. Yeah. I got a lot of whinging to do in that episode, which was fun. Because normally my character's very just grumpy and he bollocks people, but now, after a certain event of one of the episodes, your episode made him a bit less bollocky, but more just dumb. Until someone comes in and helps him out. So it's a good episode. I can't wait for people to sort of hear it, and I can't wait for you to hear it because you haven't heard it yet. It's going to be interesting to see what you think compared to your mind's version of your script. I will not set you up for hope, so please don't think it's going to be the best thing in the world. Just, some of the actors aren't the best, and not naming names, and some of the producers and editors aren't particularly the best either. So be careful. It's the post version is a bit bare out, but it's a decent act all the same. Anyway, so I got you on board at the start to write and produce because I thought I could show you how to format scripts, and it would also develop your experience so you could be able to show run your own show. Because I personally feel from experience myself that nobody's really able to show run their show if they haven't done anything before, right? So this was proven true on Doctor Who Unbound. We had the previous showrunner before I took over, the creator of the show. He'd never written before in his life, and he wasn't really that great at producing. So until I staged my coup d'etat, the show was in shit. But yeah, so I just feel like that was an example of a production where the writer had all these ideas, the creator had all these ideas, but he wasn't a writer, he didn't know how to run a show. So I thought, by looking at that, I should grab you and put you in Saltire as a junior writer. And then you'll be able to boost your skills, but also be able to see at what pace a show also works at. But yeah, so that is your work on Saltire. At the moment, we're working on the crossover, which is massive. And luckily, you don't have to do much on this crossover.
You're done.
But it's manic. It's crazy. However, we do have you producing the next batch of episodes, so I will be sending stuff to you to look over and have a look at. But yeah. So what is it you find interesting about producing and writing, and then we'll go a bit further into both.
Honestly, I think it's fun for me to get out what I think about all the time. Because, like, even when I'm taking the shower or something and going for a walk, I'm thinking about something I could do, what I could write. It's really enjoyable to get your ideas out there.
100%. 100%.
I like it.
So, as a producer, you will be looking for scripts all the time, not necessarily written by yourself. So, if you were to, if you wanted to make a film or a show, what would you look for in a script / pilot script? What would you look for that would help you progress whatever you're trying to make?
You mean like?
So what is it in that you look for in a script? Basically, do you look for character stuff, or do you look for moving the plot line along, or do you look for certain things in different places? Are you keen on the 3-act structure, or what was it you looked for in a script to make you invested in that project?
And I take a lot of inspiration from Mr. Miyagi. You got to have balance, you know? It's got to be balanced. Everything's got to work well.
I'm sorry, could you pronounce that name again?
Mr. Miyagi? Is that not right?
I thought you said Mr. Magaki, who was one of my old English teachers at school, and I was like, yo, what? He's an Americaner? Oh, crazy.
I'm just thinking about the guy from Karate Kid, some of my favorite movies.
Mr. Miyagi. Jesus Christ, I was like, Magaki? What? Yeah.
That's great.
Shout out to Mr. Magaki. Anyway, okay, so yeah, go for it, continue.
I think the most important thing about writing, if you're writing a story, you have to care about it.
Uh-huh.
It has to be important to you, at least to me.
Sure.
You have to really care what you're doing. It shows, like in that new Superman show, Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell that whoever's writing it, they care about what they're doing. They did research and stuff.
Mate, the thing is, I find it really weird. I mean, the guy Todd Helbing, who is the showrunner of Superman and Lois, he was previously the showrunner of The Flash before Eric Wallace took over. And I liked the first 3 seasons. But everyone was slagging Todd Helbing off. And then Superman and Lois comes along and he says, oh, yeah, Todd Helbing's amazing. And I'm like, yo, it's his writing is still the same. It's still good either side. But it's the production budget that was the issue on The Flash.
Yes, definitely.
100%. But Superman and Lois, mate, that's going well. It's going well.
It's only 3 episodes in and it's really good.
Oh, mate, I haven't seen the 3rd episode yet.
Good.
Oh, bro. I like...
Love Lois.
There was one scene that I saw on YouTube, I think, and it was just like the scene where he's standing out in the yard, and he's just listening to his son get bullied. And then immediately he's like, "Hey guys," and it's just like,
yeah, that was great.
The thing is, I love that because it's like he's standing there listening for the right moment to pounce, but it's just like, imagine hearing your kid being fucked up or some shit, and then you go and save them, and then the kid acting like, "Oh, yo, nah, fuck you. That's an invasion of my privacy or some shit." Yes, it is, but if you're about to get beat, I'm not gonna stand by, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Thanks for that. I appreciate it. That's what I would say. Be like, thank you.
No, literally. Like, I'm sitting on the sofa with my housemate and we're like, hang on a minute, this guy's being a fucking dick. Like,
yeah, that's how I feel. The kids sometimes are a little overdramatic.
Oh, mate, Jordan is so fucking... It's like, Jordan's so depressed, mate. Like...
Yeah, he really is.
Like, look, I've been there, but, like, never that much. Holy crap. Like... He's just like
it's
so melodramatic. It's just like...
It's so weird to hear one talk to Superman like that.
Literally. It's like, oh, fuck.
What? You forget he's his son, and you get kind of mad.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just like,
what's your medal? Oh, wait, that's his son.
Yeah, like, hang on a minute, fuck you. Oh, Jesus Christ. I find it weird how the character of Jordan is played by someone called Alex, but then the character of Jonathan is played by someone called Jordan.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my god, you should have just played the other brother. It would have been perfect.
They look like, the one that plays Jordan looks more like Jonathan did in the comic books. He's got the curly hair and stuff. So it's a little weird.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Although, what episode had the paint scene? The dabbing everyone in paint. What was that? Oh.
I think it's episode 2.
Episode 2.
When he saved the bridge.
Yeah. So,
so
that scene, it was just like both Tyler Hoechlin and Jordan Elastis or whatever. They're both standing there in their white shirts and both doing the same poses. And I'm like, they're so father and son, it's cute. And then I look over the corner by the ladder and Jordan's just like, why the fuck am I here? It's just like, bro, come on. Oh, like, be happy about something, Christ. Oh, jeez. Like, look, I'm not saying shit, but I've been there. I've never been like that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's really, really depressed. Like,
mate. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. However, do you know how old the kids are? Because they're supposed to be like 14, but I swear the actors are like in their 20s.
I thought the kids were 16.
16.
Aren't they juniors?
I have no idea. I just swear
I think they're 16.
I agree.
They look a little old, especially the one that plays Jordan. He looks like he's like 25.
Mate, he looks the same age as Tyler. I'm like, what the hell? That's your dad, not your fucking bro. Sitting there like, hang on a minute, same height, same build, like
yeah.
Just put your hair different, like fucking hell. Oh Jesus Christ. Anyway, okay, so writing versus producing a show. What is it that you prefer doing, and what is it that you do more of?
I think I prefer writing, honestly. Just I don't mind producing, but I tend to have more fun when I'm writing.
It's the right answer. Because producing is just such a ball ache. It's so long. It's just like look, I mean, not on my type of projects because we don't have budget, but on proper things, you have to do scheduling, you have to do budget, you have to find catering, you have to make sure everyone's keeping to the time schedule, you have to, do all this hard stuff, and it's just like, hang on a minute, why am I killing myself over here, right? Whereas writing, you can sit on your ass for about a month and crack out a good script, to a certain degree, which is just so much better than just like being bollocked by the exec producers and bollocking non-producers.
Yeah.
So annoying. But yeah, no, writing is one of my favourite things. I mean, I started off as an actor and musician, and I've only been a professional writer for about a year. I say professional because I've only been paid to write a script for about a year. Because beforehand you're not really professional. But yeah, so I've been a professional writer for about a year, and what I've sort of learnt is that writing is an escape for me. I mean, I always used to write short stories as a kid, and rip off different projects. Like, I saw a film called The Sorcerer Apprentice with Jay Baruchel and Nick Cage, and I loved that film. So I rewrote my version, and as a kid, and I was just like, it was quality. I loved it. And I would do that with different things like Harry Potter or whatever. And then eventually I started becoming a writer because I was directing my own projects. So then coming into about maybe a year and a half ago, it's another way of helping me deal with my shit, because when you're invested in a film or a TV series, you have an invested amount of time with the characters that you're writing. So I'm doing a 20 episode season of Saltar. And I get to spend 20 episodes with Charles, but also every other character that I'm writing. And it's just like, in my head, I can have fun imagining where the storyline's going to go and all that, which is great. And it really does keep me away from my own shit.
Yeah.
So is that a thing for you as well? Is that a big reason for why you stick with writing as well?
I really feel that. It helps me to write a hopeful character because it brings me hope. Which is why it's so... I'm working on a Superman show. I think I talked about this. It's a sort of like a continuation of Smallville because that's my favorite version of Superman.
Sure.
But it's really a lot of fun to work with characters and stuff because they can make you happy. Like when I'm sad and I work on Captain Cold or something and I write like a happy moment, or like Superman especially because he's just like the king of hope.
Fucking hope, yeah. Mate, yeah. It pissed me off. You seen Crisis, right?
Yes.
Mate,
Brandon Routh.
I loved it, but it pissed me off because Brandon Routh was supposedly the paragon of truth, yet he's the one who does the hope speech.
Yeah, he should have been the paragon of hope.
Exactly. It's just like...
They made that backwards.
Like, you stupid. Like, you can't call him not the paragon of hope and then have him talk about hope. Like...
That was an incredible scene, too. I love that.
Oh, mate, that was actually my favourite scene of Crisis. I'm so happy. Like, Mark Guggenheim is actually amazing. Like, everyone's slagging him off. I love Mark Guggenheim, 100%.
Me too.
I think Mark Guggenheim is probably the most American writer I'm like. And Stephen Moffat, who wrote for Doctor Who and Sherlock, he's the most British actor I'm like. So they're my two guys that I'm sort of following their writing careers. And I've noticed I sort of write in their styles now because I'm copying or not copying, but drawing inspiration from those projects. So I was like, oh shit, these guys are awesome. And then Crisis comes out, and you're like, that scene. Brandon Routh did an amazing job as well. Like, what? How long? 10 years? No, not 10 years. Like, oh man, how long? It's 2006 to 2019.
13.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's like he embodied his Superman so well, and you can even see it between Ray and his version of Clark. Like, he's standing up with his chest out and straight back as Superman, but then hunched over with his fucking polo top as Ray. So it's just, yeah.
Ray is basically Clark Kent. I just realized that. Ray is like Clark Kent there.
Yeah, the thing is, they based Ray, their version of Ray on Arrow season 3. They based him off of his Clark Kent. So
yeah, I know.
And it's just like, God damn it. God damn it. The only difference in Crisis which they brought up was the fact that they've both got different eye colours, because I think him as Superman has blue eyes, and then Brandon's Ralph Ray's brownish.
Yeah.
But they also talk about Ray's gluten sensitivity. And like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and Clark's just like, what the fuck he's talking about, mate? No.
The alien, I don't have that.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, oh wow, okay. Like, that's the only difference, apart from posture. Posture powers and gluten sensitivity. Oh, God. So, we are getting towards the end of our time together on this podcast. So, we are going to rattle through the projects that you are developing at the moment. So, first of all, the Captain Cold project is, of course, the furthest along.
Yes.
Because I've seen the scripts, because I've edited them, whereas I haven't seen shit for anything else. In the pipelines is an Arsenal series.
Yes.
We have a Superman one, as you were saying.
Yes.
Elaborate. I don't remember the rest.
I've got Captain Cold, Arsenal, Superman. I'm making a Spider-Man one too, because I really, really like Spider-Man.
Hang on a minute. We've gone from DC, Marvel. Like, right.
Yeah. There's only one
just
Marvel
to throw a curveball in there.
Yeah. And I'm doing Flash. I'm working on Flash.
Okay.
Teen Titans, and I'm trying to do Plastic Man, but it's coming to be quite difficult to do Plastic Man. I hope it works out.
Yeah, because Plastic Man's very visual, so
yeah,
you'd need to have
I have been practicing 3D animation though.
Nice.
All of that. I have a guy teaching me how to do all of that stuff.
Okay, that's cool.
It's going well.
What I will say, because I've said this to my mate Reese, who you also know. Basically, only work on one series, like invest in one series properly, and then exec produce and occasionally write another series, but don't be the showrunner of more than one, and then work on 2 films at the same time as well. But don't do more than that. I'm working on 4 series, and I've just finished working on 4 films. So I'm working on 4 series as the showrunner on 2, and a writer exec on 1, and a consulting producer on the other. And that's killing me. So learn from my mistakes. One series is enough, because you get 20 episodes in a season. Max 23. So focus on one season and really flesh those characters out and work on that, and then 2 films you can work on. And if you wanted to have additional work on another series, then do that as well. But 1 series and 2 films is more than enough to be working on at any given time.
I agree.
Just because it's going to kill you. Like, listening to those shows, I was just, Like, holy crap. So develop them, but don't put them into production right away. Just like work on one or two.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Of course, I am there to sort of assist if need be.
Thank you.
And finally, what is your thoughts on directing? Or what are your thoughts on directing? Because you've not done much of that from what I've heard. You've got your directing title on your episode that you wrote. But apart from that, you've not done much. So what are your feelings about directing? Are you into it? Are you against it? Is it a bit much? Is it wishy-washy? What's your feeling?
I think directing is a lot of fun, but I also think it's difficult and it stresses me out a little bit. But at the 100%. Same time, I do enjoy it. I don't. It's not like producing. There's like levels to stuff that brings me stress. Producing is probably like about here, and directing is way up here. It's really stressful, but I still enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, for me, I feel like the funny thing is, writing is the least stressful for me because I'm quite good at it now. Then it's acting, and then it's probably for me it's directing then producing, because there's different levels to producing. Of course, producing is the medium, and that's fairly all right. You can work with that. Consulting is decent. You don't have to be there that much, but then exec, bruh, that's so much work.
Hard.
Yeah, I'm an exec of 4 shows. I'm dying, man. You can see me crying. It's too much. It's too much. Anyways, so directing. Would you be more interested in going into that in the future, or would you prefer sticking to script writing and producing?
I want to do more directing work. I really do. But the right thing has to come along, you know?
I think I'm going to be able to announce this because I have been working on a short film in terms of writing a script, which would be starring your boy Jaden. And it's going to be filmed on both sides of the Atlantic. The Atlantic? Is that right? I don't fucking know anymore. I'm stupid. On both UK soil and American soil, right? So,
yeah.
The scenes with Jaden, of course, he's going to need someone to direct him because I'm not going to be there. So, I'm guessing you will be able to direct him and show him what he needs to do. And you would be the second unit director, because that's what it is. But yeah, so that'll be an interesting project, which I'm not going to talk about more on here, because it's top secret, people. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to finish it up there, because we're almost at the end of our time. So, hopefully we could get you back for another one at some point. But yeah, I'm going to say bye, people.
Okay.
And see you in the air.